Since Spacies.
Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show. Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show. Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show. Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show. Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show.
Welcome to episode number 24 of the Since Spacies Show.
Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show.
Guest starring TheTopLoader, two happy gamers, and Uncle Chunt.
It's the Since Spacies Show, everybody!
G'day invaders, welcome to Since Spacies, and this is episode number 24 of the Since Spacies Show, and we have got an all Aussie assemblement. Anyway, we've got a bunch of Aussies here ready to talk gaming. We've got a stream deck loaded up with a bunch of questions from you guys, and we're going to start with let's introduce you guys first. We've got TopLoader, we've got Uncle Chunt, and two happy gamers. That's not just me commenting on what they are, that's their name. Two happy gamers. And we will cut straight to two happy gamers because you guys have not been on the channel before. Now, I guess there's going to be like two parts with you guys answering individually. What was the first console that you owned and the first game that you remember playing on it?
It was the PlayStation 1.
Okay.
And the first game I remember playing was either Spyro the Dragon or Crash Bandicoot. I can't.
Oh, either way, you're onto a winner there, so that's cool. Okay, and what is your favorite game of all time?
Ooh, probably Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, awesome. Okay, a real recent one too. That's what I was surprised at.
Yeah, well, I kind of had a huge gap in my playing history, I guess you could say.
You're more of a contemporary modern gamer than
Yeah.
me. I do all the retro stuff. She's all about the modern, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the Switch kind of thing, where she's really started to get her grip back on gaming and where...
Well, speaking of them, what are you currently playing?
What I'm currently playing is Immortal Phoenix Rising on the Xbox
Series X.
Yeah.
And I got one more question.
Yep.
What's your name? You haven't introduced yourselves.
I'm back, or Rebecca, depending.
Yeah.
I'm from Sweden. I met Craig when I was here as a backpacker, and
Awesome. You snared a backpacker, you dog.
Very cool.
And as for you, what was the first console that you remember, or that you owned, and the first game that you played on it that you remember?
Master System, Alex Kidd, and Miracle World.
Thanks for not saying Alex D. Kidd.
Bug you?
And favourite game of all time? You can't say Alex Kidd.
No.
Why? It's a great game.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Good game. The rock, paper, scissors is just an abomination of a thing.
I love that about the game. I love that.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
That's part of the game.
Probably Sonic 3 and Knuckles, if I can,
Nice.
And the other would be
Okay.
my favorite, Ocarina of Time.
Oh, well, okay. Nice split. And what are you currently playing at the moment? What's keeping you busy?
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So
on Nintendo Switch.
on the Switch.
Oh, Hyrule Warriors. Okay, yeah.
Hyrule Warriors, yeah.
Okay.
So whenever a Zelda game comes out, I always get engrossed in it. Just those worlds are always.
I just don't finish them. That's my problem. I'm a big Zelda guy, even though I'm like the Sega guy. I love Zelda games, but I've just not. I've got this bad habit where I'll get up to a point where I'm stuck in the game and then screw and go do something else. Yeah, and so that's always been my bad habit, which is why I'm doing on Tuesday nights the Legend of Tuesday I've been playing through. I actually finished my first Zelda while doing those streams. I finished the first one on NES. So now, and I skipped 2 because it sucks. I'm not a fan. And I'm now doing A Link to the Past on Super and Nintendo, which is such a damn good game. Uncle Chunt. Now we've already gone through the questions with you. So what are you currently playing? What's keeping you busy in the world of Chunt?
Yeah, I'm like part of the furniture now. I know. I've been around here a while.
Between either you or Toppy, I'm not sure who's been on the most.
It's pretty balanced, I think. I think it's like eye for an eye a bit.
Yeah, it's alright. I'm happy anytime I'm on here. It's totally fine. Anytime. Well, what I'm playing lately is a lot of Gears of War 5 multiplayer, actually. Just playing against the AI bots. I know it's a bit taboo, but I like jumping online and just killing bots with some randoms. It's good fun. And Mario 3D World. God, I posted the other day. I think that's the best Mario game ever made. I love it. It's my favorite.
Which one, sorry?
Mario 3D World.
Okay, yep.
I've never played it before, so this is the first time. I missed the Wii U completely. So I'm really enjoying it. It's fantastic. It's a new game as far as I'm concerned. So I'm working through the actual main game first. I haven't tried Bowser's Fury yet.
Furry.
My God. Bowser's Fury, yeah. So it's amazing. It's a beautiful game. It looks great. Like the art style of Nintendo games just hold up forever. Like Nintendo don't need a super powerful machine if their art style just lends to what they do so like spectacularly. I love it. And that's what I've been doing. Every night this week I've tried to finish a world and just put it down just so I can space it out and enjoy it.
By the way, we did just get a follow. Thank you, Lularo. Thank you for the follow. And by the way, I might not be able to keep up with chat. We're hosting this. This is just the way it is. We will. I will try to see if we can get to the questions though in chat. If you guys have got questions there that are worth throwing to the guys, I will definitely get to them. TopLoader, what are you playing at the moment?
Well, I hate to do this, Spacies, but I'm going to have to piggyback on Chunty's back. I hope you can take my weight, Chunty.
There's a mental image.
I can whisper in your ear as you're carrying me, but...
You'll be like Pikachu on my shoulder, man.
I almost lost my coffee.
Pikachu right here. A little toppy beside my ear.
The reason why I'm picking back off Chunt is because for the last 2 weeks, all I've been playing is Mario 3D World with my son, because his favorite game is actually, one of his favorite games is Mario 3D World on the Wii. And then they obviously rebought it out for the Switch, and he wants to play through it again because he just loves playing it so much. But we've been doing a lot of Bowser's Fury because that's the new part of the game, because we've already done the main part of the game like multiple times already on the Wii U. So at the moment, we're actually playing through Bowser's Fury, which is more open-ended than the actual main game. It's still pretty good. I actually really like the dynamics of the Bowser's Fury part, but I still prefer the main game. And like Chani said, it's definitely one of the best Mario games ever released, especially 3D. It's definitely the best. I reckon it's a bit of an odyssey for the 3D element, but definitely one of the best Mario games ever made.
I don't know what it is about Odyssey that put me off. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad game, and I played it, didn't finish it because the Dark Side of the Moon just like, okay, I'm out.
So with the Dark Side of the Moon, I did. I've done them all except for one. There's one more that it's like dark side of the moon. Like there's dark side of the moon,
the darkerest.
Dark side of the moon, and dark side of the moon. So I've done the second last one. I haven't done the full last one yet. And you get like a special crown and like a cape. So it's pretty cool for that part. But
I
it is
100% at that game. It was pretty tough.
Did you do the whole game? Did you? Yeah. There's so many moons in that game, though, man. Like they're just popping up everywhere, right?
I actually don't mind that. I do like the collector in me likes that aspect.
Some of them are just so stupid. It's like, you jump on the certain spot, the ground, one pops up. Like, can't I just limit them down just a little bit? They're just like everywhere. You might as well just pick an apple off a tree because that's how many of them there are around.
And for me, as far as what I've been playing, I haven't been playing much off stream. It's been mostly stream stuff. What are you laughing at? He's got a little joke going in his head and he doesn't want to share it. No, I haven't been playing much on the stream, off stream I should say, but I've been actually, I don't watch much in the way of TV shows or movies and that, but I've been watching Demon Slayer on Netflix.
Have you seen the Castlevania one? Because there's a Castlevania one.
Castlevania. That's awesome. Was there three? There was 3 or 2 or 3 seasons.
Season 3.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks pretty good.
I'll get on it. Even if you're not a fan of the game, you can still get
I love the game.
Yeah.
I love the game.
Super Jude saying, I'm currently drinking a beer and doing landscaping on my island Animal Crossing watching you guys. Well, thanks Super Jude for dropping in. And no doubt she's sipping on her Spacies cup. Available on sincespacies.com/merch. Anyway.
One time only.
So, I'm going to just get on to the questions now. Game Boy Brian, as per standard. Hang on, I've got to get it all set up. My jacket, look at this. Every episode, it always does that. So, yeah, Game Boy Brian, as per tradition now, is the first question. What have you got for us, matey?
Here's a simple question for you, though, because I know you probably dealt with it a little bit. The overhyping the games by people that almost ruined it for you. It almost happened with Red Dead Redemption, for me at least. But like everybody else, I can form my own opinion, especially after playing the game for a long time. The controls of the horse threw me off a little bit at the beginning. But, it is what it is. Eventually, they run over a few people with a horse, too. It's funny. But anyway, have you ever dealt with anything like this? Because there's those people out there talk about a game is like it was sent from the heavens, and then you play it, it's like not very good at all. At least to you, not as good as the hype was anyway. And here's another part of this: is that although I do enjoy playing GTA 5, I like playing some of the older ones a little bit better, mostly because of the radio stations and some of the banter from the characters in at least Vice City and San Andreas. Anyway, take care, Spacies. And you'll agree with me on the radio stations, because GTA 5 radio stations just ain't that good in comparison to the others.
On a stream last Thursday night, Top Hat Gaming Man dropped in, and he mentioned this very topic just out of coincidence. He was saying his answer was Halo. I'm like, whoa. Hey, now look, that guy likes to just come up with stuff that triggers. I don't know how you could have played Halo back in the day and not have been impressed. It was such a damn... Like, I had not even really been following Halo prior to the Xbox getting released. I was looking at the Xbox as being as a break from the Sony machine. I just wanted something different. And when I got Halo just by coincidence as a packing game, and I stared at that grass, I think, for a good 10 minutes. Because it's just so damn detailed for the time. Like, now, it doesn't stack up against modern games. But back then, it was groundbreaking. I don't really have an answer for this, though, but I'll let you go. Oh, no, I do. It was the one it was not... Well, there's that. That's the obvious one.
Not using that.
Red Dead Redemption 2. I played it once and just like, nah, this is not me. I will probably get back into it. I can appreciate the graphics, but it just left me thinking, this is not fun. Games are meant to be fun. This is not fun. Who's got a horse in this race? Yeah.
You go first.
Right. Avengers.
The new one?
Yeah, the new one. That should have been a license to print money. And it was just a
How could they get Avengers wrong?
At the time of that release, it was the biggest property, arguably the biggest property on the planet, and they just messed it. They missed the boat completely. But
they've turned it into a rinse and repeat.
Yeah. I bought it on sale recently just because my brother, he's a Marvel fan, and we share my Xbox library, and he wants to play it. I got a code for PC when it came out, and I got it half price, and I would refuse to pay any more than that. But look, it is what it is. I mean, the campaigns are worth a playthrough at least once, but I haven't bothered with anything else in that game. It's disappointing.
Toppy?
Well, as hard as it is for me to say, the game that I was really looking forward to playing, it was hyped up so much.
Bubsy.
No, that's not a bad game, though. That's actually a good game. That actually matched my expectations.
But you set them low.
It's a game that was launched with the Switch, and I hate to say it, but Breath of the Wild, I was disappointed with.
What?
I was disappointed with it because I actually preferred how it was before. I liked how have I changed it. I'm all for like changing things up, but I just kind of like I felt like I was doing the same thing over and over again with the shrines. It's like 100 shrines, and they all were very, very, very similar.
Generic, yeah.
Then your weapons kept breaking, which is, I get they're trying to change up. I get that, but I was just like, I do like it. I do like the idea when you just go anywhere. I do like that part, but I just thought it was a little bit empty at times, and you take forever to get anywhere. I guess you can get the horses and all that type of stuff, but it's just like, I don't know if it's a 10 out of 10 game. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know about that, but that's just my.
I agree. I would not give it a 10 out of 10. My number one criticism of that game is the damn weapons breaking. I can't stand that crap. It's just like.
I actually like the cooking part. I like doing the cooking bit where you can like get the things, but I couldn't stand the weapons breaking because I was like, man, I really like this weapon. Do you have to keep breaking on me? Especially when you're during a boss fight, it just like break mid fight. It's like, I know it's the game mechanic. I get that part, but it's just like it was frustrating.
It's a dumb game mechanic in my books. And what about the two happy gamers? What made you not happy?
I was just the same. We were super hyped for one game. And we set up to co-stream with some friends on Twitch and everything like that. That game was Anthem.
I shouldn't laugh. I don't want any game to fail, but man, did that fail.
It was just horrible. And coming from BioWare, you were hoping for some semblance of standard in that, but literally we were getting like stuck in walls, and it's just like a game of full fetch quest. That's all it is, and just an open, barren, boring world. So we bought 2 copies of it because we were... Beck was playing, I was playing, we had friends that we were playing with online and streaming. And like, I think 2 weeks later, that game went down to like 20 cents or something like that.
The cheapest I saw it was for $4. $4. Ouch. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 was my answer to that one. Anyone in the chat got an answer to this? We got 8-Bit Dad saying, fair point, if you were looking for a more traditional Zelda game, then Breath of the Wild would have been a bummer. Super Jude's asking TopLoader, where can I get my TopLoader mug?
I don't have any merchandise at the moment, but we'll see in the future. I don't know. I doubt it though, but I think Nintendo might put a cut to that by starting. I don't think it'd go down too well.
I actually did have merch that was cut from the store because it was using the Space Invader logo, and I had to put a stop to that. That's why I changed the logo.
For every mug I sell, I will send out a shot of bourbon though to put into the mug with your coffee.
That's a big promise.
I haven't sold any yet, so it's an easy promise to keep.
And Game Boy Bryant has just dropped into the chat. Sorry, Spacies, if I'm late. No, we were just answering your question. So you got in just in time. Thank you, by the way, Game Boy Bryant, for the question. Anyone that wants to send questions in for future episodes, all you need to do is get out that mobile phone that is gathering dust. It's not just for taking selfies. You can record video on it. Don't be afraid. I get so many people saying, I don't do video. We're not going to judge much. No, but just all you need to do is hold it like, what is it? Horizontal. Hold it landscape and put it down and then facing you, and then just press record and ask a question for a minute. That's it. That's all you need to do.
And just do what I do. Just think about what you're thinking about. Talk about what's in your head straight away. Don't.
Bad idea.
We don't want talkers when you're talking.
But yeah, don't be afraid to send it into brian@sincespacies.com and make sure you keep it under a minute. Vertical videos will get you banned. I think that's only fair. How many times when you see something major happening, like I don't know, volcano or something major, big event, and you get these people filming it with up and down, and then they try to show it on TV and they have to blur the sides. Yeah. It's just idiots. Anyway, rant over. Gonna get on to the next question. This one is from Arcade Adriano with Tate from the UK, Croydon to be exact. He said it. I'm not trying to stalk or anything. What have you got for us?
This is Tate. we're all the way from Croydon, UK, and Tate's got some questions he'd love to know about Australia. So Tate, what would you love to know about Australia, the other side of the world?
How often do you see kangaroos?
How often do you see kangaroos? And if you do see a kangaroo, do you ever put boxing gloves on the kangaroos? Is that what you want to know?
Well, I'm pretty sure I know the answer no, because they're just punchy.
And can you tame kangaroos? Can you tame them like dogs? I know it's a silly question.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, Tate wanted to know, if we started to dig a tunnel under our garden and we end up in the back of Australia, would you be happy about that if we dug a hole into your garden? We could chill out, we could have beers then and chill, couldn't we? Have barbecues.
It's the way that so you're on the opposite side of the world and you're literally standing upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it just gravity that does that?
Yeah, how come, I don't sound rude, but why aren't you guys falling, how can you walk upside down? I know it sounds a bit rude, but why, is it gravity? What's that about? That's what we want to know, yeah?
Yeah.
And
do you have any snake problems that they sneak into your house?
That's a good question. So there you go, guys. Some nice. I hope they're not too. I hope the last thing we do is offend anyone, because we are interested. We would love to go to Australia one day. But guys, good luck with the rest of the show, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.
What are you saying, chat?
And that's another question that went over a minute. Nah, thank you very much for that. I don't know. Do you feel offended? I feel.
That's the entire country of Australia. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I'll tell you one thing that is you can say about Australia is that the internet connection's a bit rubbish. Try that again.
Oh, it just cut out my entire rant. Oh,
yes,
man,
yes.
So disheartened right now. A bit flustered with the insults that we've been thrown at us.
Do you have a pet kangaroo? I do. Rodney is giving me attitude all the time out the back there. I try to tell him.
Hop in, or they hop on me, and we get.
Top loader on one shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm your little Pikachu.
All right. Here's a question. When was the last time you saw a kangaroo?
So, well, my wife's family actually lives on farm, so we see wallabies more than kangaroos, but we don't really see kangaroos because they don't live out rural. But we see a lot of wallabies out there.
For Tate, explain the difference, because they don't know.
So, with a wallaby and a kangaroo, Tate, the wallaby is a little smaller kangaroo. So the bigger kangaroos, the big tall ones with the big boxing gloves on, are out more outback. But the little wallaby ones, they're more in the suburbia. Not so much in your streets when you're walking down the street, but in like parks and things like that, or little farms. You'll see a little tiny wallaby running around. It's not a joey, it's a wallaby. It's a smaller kangaroo. Not a big red, but you see in the outback. But we don't really see the big reds because they're in the outback. And most of us here, we don't live in the outback. We live in the cities of Australia.
Are we done?
Oh no.
I was trying to do the theme music, and then I got hosted right at that time, and it just ruined it.
These guys' answer. I also got a pretty cool snake story, but I'll tell. But I like these guys' answers first, so I don't want to take up all your time. But I'll do the snake story after that.
Thank you, Matty.
I want to hear about your snake.
Thank you, Matty, no, for the host. Okay, so it was with Tate. That's right. Sorry. Tate, no, we don't have pet kangaroos. Sorry to ruin it. We don't have them riding down George Street. No, although a kangaroo did hop over the Harbour Bridge. You heard about that?
Yeah, on the news. I saw that.
That's right.
You can't make that shit up. Did someone just drop it out of a car and just to say it happened?
Baby out there,
Well, yeah. But no, we don't have. I mean, the last time I saw a kangaroo was at a zoo or something, a petting zoo. We don't. Wallabies are pests, says Matty. No,
No, they're not.
they're not really. They're small. Have you seen the size of the big reds at Western Australia? Huge. I've heard of a guy crashing his car because he was driving and he saw the size of a kangaroo and he freaked out at how big it was and hit the car in front.
Wow.
And the kangaroo just looked in and went, idiot, and just bounced off. Are you standing upside down?
I can try now. I can do a handstand if that will help.
Yeah, go on.
I have a rant about that. The only reason why the UK is at the top is because they drew the maps. That's it.
That's a good point. Maybe we're at the top, and maybe you guys.
Thank you.
I personally know, but I'm not an upside down type of guy. I'm always standing up nice and straight. So maybe all you guys are upside down. That's a good point, Spacies.
Ozzy, did you just call me Stacey? Ozzy, wow. Projecting.
If was my wife, he would have done a lot of changes recently.
Sorry, I've just realised my mic has just gone right up loud. I've got to bring that back in. There we go. Aussie Gamers TV is just saying that there are many roos out his way, and wallabies are pests in New Zealand. They don't have wallabies in New Zealand. What's this? That guy's on drugs.
I think he might be having a go at you there. I
think so. TopLoader, calm down, says Game Boy Bryant. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the rest of that question? Do you have any snake problems? We won't.
I won't say it, but I'll do my story after these guys.
Do we really want to go there?
Brown our area, but I've been bitten by a brown snake, and it was the most horrible experience I've ever had. But we have like echidnas. We've found koala in our back garden. I see wallabies every day I drive. Yeah, and we're not too far from TopLoader as well, so...
That's probably why I see the wallabies. We've probably seen the same wallabies.
If I see that one, I know that's TopLoader's.
See a little wallaby jumping around with a Pikachu hat on.
I'm going to try and catch them all.
Where I live, we've seen a blue-tongued lizard. That's about it. We get possums in the back. That's the extent of it. And we get a lot of kookaburras and cockatoos. So, yeah. Sorry, it's not much more exciting than that. I
have one story about a snake.
Oh, no.
So, when I was living...
Kids are watching.
The last house we were living in, we'd come home one day and there's a big brown snake sitting at the front of our freaking front doorstep.
Oh, wow.
So we ring up the snake catcher, right? And he comes out. And by this time, the snake's moved on. So we don't know where it went because we weren't fucking hanging around. The snake catcher comes out and he's looking in our backyard. And for whatever reason, I'm following the snake catcher and I'm standing on top of the wheelie bin. And I'm there talking to him. I'm asking all these questions, right? And he actually reminded me of Uncle Chunt. That's his type of look that he had, you know. And he's there in my backyard.
Studley, yeah.
He's looking around for the brown snake, and I'm standing on top of the wheelie bin asking all these questions. And he turns around and looks at me, and he goes, "Mate, I don't like asking questions when I'm dancing with a brown." I'm like, okay, I'll be quiet now.
Pattern here.
Thank you for that question, Adrian. And by the way, that was an awesome stream that me and Toppy appeared on. There was also Sega Master Tim on that one, wasn't there?
Yeah, and Dylan, who's the host of the arcade.
Yeah. No, that was a good stream, and I had a lot of fun on that. There was a lot of Aussie versus Poms thing going on there with that one. It was fun.
Yeah. That was a really fun one. It's 2 hours too long.
Well, you dragged it out.
Stuff, aren't you?
Speaking of
go with the flow. It's like a river. You go with the current.
Speaking of dragging out. Shush. We've got to get to the next question. We got another host just now, Two Happy Gamers. Thank you for hosting your own stream. Why did you wait so long? We're going to go on to 8-Bit Dad, who I believe is lurking in the chat. 8-Bit Dad has a question. Oh, this one's a good one. Let's see if we can get to this without any hassles. 8-Bit Dad, what have you got for us?
8-Bit Dad 7DC here, better known as Seth. My question for the panel is, what makes a good video game reboot? To me, a lot of it depends on how the technology is changed and how the game uses that technology to update and improve its gameplay. My pick for one of the best examples of a reboot is Q*bert for the PlayStation 1. Can't wait to see what you guys have to say.
when we got the questions playing, TopLoader doesn't stop. He's just hang on, is it that way? I can't do it. Hang on, that way. Yeah, there he is. He's just constantly going, even when the questions are being asked. He doesn't have an off button.
What would have been a great perspective at last question is if Beck, because she's from Sweden, because like, you know, what was her when she first came to Australia? What was like when she saw the wildlife when she came here? We should have asked that as well.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, thanks, Top. No worries. Yep, cool.
Yeah, he just killed it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Well, we can still answer it, but it doesn't matter. We're moving on now. We've got to move on. It's all right.
Are we done? Welcome to episode 1 of the TopLoader show. 8-bit Dad has asked, what makes a great reboot? A great reboot. I'm going to straight up answer this. Final Fantasy VII Reboot is a great example of a great reboot where they don't just make it pretty with, you know, an extra layer of HD. They just do it from scratch using the same IP and honoring the original IP. But I think that the Final Fantasy VII Reboot is the best example to date of a reboot. You could argue, though, that when they've changed the plot, that some people, you know, might get rubbed up the wrong way with that. We still don't know if Tifa's going to, you know, not Tifa. We don't know if a certain one's going to cark it. Is there such thing as a spoiler alert on a 20-something-year-old game?
I've never played the game.
You've never.
Just spoiled it for me.
Oh well, too bad, too sad. You should have played it a long time ago.
I'll let it slide.
What makes a great reboot? Two Happy Gamers, you have been very quiet.
Well, it's like there's remaster, there's remake, and there's reboot. So I think we see a reboot as like when it's not just a single game, it's the whole series. And one of the best examples that I think both of us will agree on is Tomb Raider. So obviously Tomb Raider and the PlayStation, that old bad boy right there.
Look at those boobs, man. That's ridiculous.
8 games. But in all honesty, if they continue down that trap that they were going in, I don't think the new games would have been impressive. The fact that it was starting out from like her new origin story, and retelling a story. So a reboot is its best when it's telling a great and compelling story and something that's new and innovative, as well as like obviously marrying that with gameplay.
I liked how they made her vulnerable and they made her believable. That's the part that impressed me. I don't like the death gore that goes on with that game though. That's just some of those death scenes are like, oh, yeah. But no, Tomb Raider is a definite example of a good remake. Have you heard the term demake?
Yeah, like the Mummy game they did, the Mummy Demastered and that. Like
Demaster, yeah. So they also did that with another Final Fantasy game. Was it 15? They did a demake version of that for the Switch. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Great reboot. I'll try and just summarize. So, a great reboot gives you something new that's not the same game, right? So that's Final Fantasy VII. It's telling you the same style, the same tale, but with a different angle on it. And I love what they're doing with it. There's a difference between giving you the same game with a new polish. That's a remake. You know, it's not a reboot. Devil May Cry, they tried that, rebooting it. It didn't work out. Battletoads is another one that I can think of that's recent. That was a reboot, and that was a bit hit or miss. I enjoyed it personally, but I wanted something else from that. But what makes a great reboot is not giving you the same thing, because you can just go back and do that. It's like the movies, you know, when they remake and reboot a series. People complain about, well, this isn't what it used to be like. So, well, duh, it's a reboot. You know, if you want to have the same experience, go back and watch or play the old one, you know? So I like having something fresh and new, and I'm not adverse to say no, I can't have that because it's not what I grew up with, you know.
So Sonic 06 is not a good reboot, yeah?
That game, it's a myth.
It does not exist.
Okay, so back in the day, there used to be this game called Prince of Persia on the DOS, and I used to think it was okay. I liked the puzzle elements of it. It's very much trial and error. So in 2002 or something, they brought out Sands of Time for the PlayStation 2. And they took that puzzle element and the trial and error, and they just kind of rebooted it and gave it a whole fresh new aesthetics, obviously, because it was in 3D. And also, they made one awesome change to the whole gameplay element, was where you could go back in time for the trial and error. So if you messed up, instead of restarting the whole level again like you used to have to do that on the DOS version, you could they gave you like 5 chances or whatever it was to keep going back in time, the sands of time, to re-trial and error what you were doing. So you can eventually work out how to get past that bit. And if you use up all your sands of time, then you got to restart it again. But it gives you at least quite a few different ways of trial and error and of how to get to the next areas, which I thought was completely awesome for that game, because that's what I hated about the original, was that you died instantly, had to restart the level over again. So
it's very much like Flashback, that game.
Flashback? Yep. Can you go back and
that was the one, but that was the one thing that wasn't in Flashback. But the gameplay,
that's what I needed in Flashback.
Yeah, maybe it was very brutal, like one-hit deaths.
Do you like Flashback? Like, I've got it, and I can't really get far in the game. I do like it.
It was innovative, but it was too difficult to enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the game, but I just I got kind of bored with it after a few levels. I was like, oh, I don't know, but yeah, maybe they could reboot that as well. You know, I know, something similar.
What about Two Happy Gamers? Did you guys have something to add on this before I move on to the next question?
We already answered, but I just must say I wish they had used that Sands of Time principle on the Prince of Persia movie.
What? Yeah. Rewind to the point at the start and you can walk out again.
Was it that bad? I never saw it. It must have been pretty bad, eh?
It's forgettable.
Is it? Well, yeah. Hitman, that was pretty forgettable too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, why did they bother?
Hitman, by the way, the movie, I never saw that.
Thank you, 8-Bit Dad. And 8-Bit Dad has actually provided many questions, so thank you for that. They will continue on through to episode number 30, I think. Okay, so we're gonna move right along. We got a next question from Stewie.
Yeah, that's basically me. Just want to throw out a wee question for your show. I'm just going to ask it. Obviously, with all the up and coming anniversaries of all the games that are happening right now, you know, obviously with Zelda this year and the Mario last year, I was wondering if there was anything that you guys were looking forward to, obviously anniversary wise and game wise, that's going to be up and coming soon. I was just curious to see if there was any games in particular you were hoping they obviously get a special edition or some kind of special of them. I'm still, fingers crossed, hoping for something more Zelda wise to drop this year apart from Skyward Sword, but I guess Nintendo will probably fly drop that one at some point and I'll have to scramble to get some money. I really hope you guys have a really good show and have a good time and take care of yourselves and happy gaming to you all.
Thank you for that, Stewie. Maybe tie to Kangaroo, which he had playing in the background. Was it 20 years for that? Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna kick off Sonic 30th anniversary. Man, I am so psyched up for that. Of course I would be, but I don't know. I can't help but feel I'm gonna get let down. I just, and it should be more deserving of a celebration for a 30th anniversary than for a 35th anniversary. I don't understand Nintendo's fascination with fives, like the 15th anniversary and the 25th anniversary.
They like to be different, that's what it is. They don't want to do it on the 30th because everyone else does the 20th and the 30th, but the 5, no one else really does that. So I guess that's what they're thinking.
They're just seeing their fan base as a cash cow and they're wringing it dry. That's all it is, if you ask me. But the Legend of Zelda, is that a 35th for that? That's a 35th as well. Yeah.
It'd be pretty close to what Mario is, wouldn't it? Like,
it came out a year or so later. So, apart from Sonic, which, that's going to be awesome. Can't really think of anything else I'm really hanging out for. There was Space Invaders 40th anniversary. That was, oh God, I feel old. Chunt?
Yeah, I'm hanging out for seeing what they're doing with Sonic, man. you know, Sonic's one of those mainstays in life, as disappointing as he's been for a long time now. You know, Sonic Mania kind of reinvigorated a bit of the Sonic love in me, but the modern games is disappointed after each disappointment. But I want to know what they're doing, because I mean, you're right. The 35th or the half decade steps, it's a marketing, just an excuse to kind of sell something, which, you know, it's fine. I eat up the hype just like anybody else does, but they've been pretty quiet, man. I'm a bit curious and a bit worried about that. If they don't put out another Forces or a Sonic Boom or, you know, anything like that, like a Sonic Generations 2, I would suffice with that, and another Mania game. Just do those. You know, those worked. Just do it again. Don't give us another gimmick. You know, no one cares, man. Just go backwards and do it again. So Sonic is the only other one, but I am really enjoying all the Zelda rumors, which we know we're going to talk about in a moment. When I give someone else a go, but just from my perspective, the Zelda, what I'm looking for is Twilight Princess HD, because I never got to play that. I've already pre-ordered Skyward Sword. I haven't played that either. So, you know, I'm interested in that. I'm not a Zelda fan. I'm just only getting into it now. So with all these old games coming out, it's an opportunity for someone like me to enjoy it. So yeah, that's it. I'm done. Move on. Someone else. Go.
Sonic Spinball 2 Emerald Rangers just suggested. Hey, don't laugh. That would be awesome, actually, if they did it right. TopLoader?
I'll let Beck and Craig go first, because I think we're going to talk about Zelda. Is that yeah, so I'll let them go first, because I was going to talk about Zelda as well, but they brought it up, so I'll let them go first.
Yep.
Yeah, we're super excited for the 35th anniversary of Zelda. Obviously, its day and day was the 23rd of February, so that day and day is past. But like Nintendo, they don't treat an anniversary anymore as a day. They treat it, it's the year.
Which
so
I guess is fair enough. Yeah,
we'll see more coming from Nintendo with Zelda, and they'd be stupid not to show Breath of the Wild 2. And the biggest thing that I want most of all is we collect every single Legend of Zelda console. Give us
cool.
I don't know why they didn't do it with Link's Awakening, and we got that stupid Pokemon one when the Nintendo Lite and Link's Awakening launched the same day. So I will boycott Nintendo if there is not a Switch console this year, and I think they'll announce Breath of the Wild 2 and the Super Nintendo Switch day and day in around June. I think they'll do.
Do you know what though? The limited edition consoles, right? I know we're digressing a little bit, but you just got me all worked up on this. Putting a little sticker or an emote on a console, like a little Pikachu, little symbol.
What are you saying here, buddy?
I don't care. Painting it yellow and putting a Pikachu logo on it, and then calling it a day. That's just lazy.
They do
People like that stuff though.
Like the Hylian Shield Nintendo 2DS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One where it's like, and like the one for TopLoader, the Pikachu one they did for the 3DS. It's got like the little.
This is how you do a limited edition. That's how you do it.
Orange on that.
See? So you can't completely complain.
No, but that's not just a little sticker on it. They've really gone to town with this, and that's what. Are you serious? It's totally different to a Nintendo 64. Have a look at it.
But Nintendo 64 had the best limited editions, I think, in all histories of all the consoles. You know how many different variants of the Nintendo 64 they had?
Yeah.
That's some pretty good ones. I actually like the see-through ones the most, but...
It was during that Apple iPad, not Apple, the iMac, sorry, era, and they were like, "Oh, we should do that too." So yeah, and they did. They went to town on all the different variants.
I think Xbox has had the best limited edition consoles.
Xbox 360 ones rock.
Yeah, but like the Xbox,
even their controllers. Look at that. That's
like all of that. Like the Gears of War 4 console, the Gears of War 5 console, like the Cyberpunk. Like they put so much effort into those, and they're just an art piece into themselves, like representing the game. More of that would be fantastic.
But getting back to the question, having a limited edition console to celebrate the anniversary That's what would make me excited. I don't really care so much about a limited edition release of a game. I want to see something that really shows that they celebrate the IP.
What was the PlayStation one where they brought out the 20th anniversary of the PlayStation 1?
That's done right. That's an anniversary treated right.
I wish I actually bought that. I didn't even got it, but I really do because that's actually my favorite Sony PlayStation console. Is the original.
I saw one influencer, as we were talking about before.
You can name names. It's all right.
Aussie guy. I'll leave it at that. He got sent one of those to him, and he just ripped the box open, and I'm like, really?
Hey, come on. You and your boxes, I mean, with the sealed games, you complain about me not opening up the sealed games. Just rip that open sometimes, you say, remember?
Well, for a limited edition? Are you kidding?
You say open up a sealed Zelda that I got. You say open up a sealed Link to the Past Zelda.
I think you're more obsessed with this topic than I am, so we'll leave it at that. No. Upset. You've made a video on it. You are obsessed.
I made that video for you. You haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, and I was. Yes.
I would like to add one to this conversation.
Yeah.
Wario anniversary.
Oh, okay.
It's 30 years.
Who?
Wario.
I know.
You know who won't get an anniversary because Nintendo despises the characters? Waluigi.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like him. They made that. I don't think Nintendo even made that character. They were doing a sports game or something, and they needed like
Camelot. Was it Camelot that made that?
Yeah, and Nintendo just don't recognize it. He's not even in Smash Brothers, I don't think, is he? So
he's probably an assist trophy, which is, yeah.
Is he? Yeah, I haven't played it for a while, so I can't remember. But yeah, they really despise Waluigi.
I don't get why they don't embrace him. Embrace the Wario. Embrace.
He's kind of goofy looking. I can see it. I'm like, man, I don't really like the character design either. But yeah, I guess I can see what you're saying. That's the annoying part. Like, annoying that is.
I'm playing the sound effect now.
Is it more annoying when I do it too?
Maybe. Yeah, so I don't know if we really answered that one. Is there a gaming anniversary related release that you're looking forward to?
Well, my actual answer's in the next question, so it's so I'm going to leave it for that. More tied into that, so I'll leave it for that.
All right, well, thank you. Nicely segued into Cameron's question. Thank you, by the way, Stewie, for your question and for your continued support. We're going to move into Cameron's question now. Cameron, what have you got for us?
Mario's 35th anniversary has come and gone, and it was kind of lackluster. There were some celebrations, but these limited items that are going to be unavailable after March 31st is kind of weird, considering that we had a lot more things, like cool stuff from the 30th anniversary a few years ago. Like, we got cool stuff like these CDs and shit, and they didn't do any of this kind of effort for the 35th anniversary at all. We just got a couple of ports and some random online game, not very much else. It felt kind of rushed. I'm wondering, I would like to know, did you enjoy the Mario 35th anniversary, or do you agree with me and thought that it was rushed and it could have been better? Probably because of COVID and all that made it a bit difficult, but I just don't understand how Mario's going to die on March 31st with all of these games being taken off the eShop and stores and whatever. It's really bizarre to celebrate an anniversary like this. I would like to know your thoughts about all of these questions that I'm asking, and thank you very much for putting up with my nonsense, and subscribe to...
Hang on. Yeah, I had to cut that one short. Shameless plug, that got censored out. And also, you went for longer than a minute. Come on, keep it under a minute, guys. I will start to censor some of these, edit some of these questions if they go over the minute. Come on, time's of the essence. Emerald Ranger says, I know what he was going to say there. I know. Guys, make sure, I will do a shout out. Hang on, if I can get that to go. But in the meantime, while I'm organising the shout out, TopLoader, you seemed like you wanted to answer this one.
Well, this actually was my question from the last one as well with Stewie, so it kind of works in together. I was actually really looking forward to the 35th anniversary of the Mario All-Star release they brought out, just like I was when I brought it out on the Wii, but that was also disappointing. So when I brought this one out, I thought, okay, you know what, this is a chance for them to actually try and fix Mario Sunshine a little bit more, because that game, let's face it, was buggy on the GameCube. It was a good game. It could have been a lot better, and this was a great opportunity for them to just fix a few things in the actual games to make them just a little bit more playable, especially with Mario Sunshine, and they just kind of like, they didn't really do that much with it, and ultimately I was really disappointed with that release, and I was really looking forward to it. So the rule is, never get hyped for anything, because you ultimately just get left disappointed. And I still can't understand why Mario 64, they didn't do it on a 16:9 landscape. Why do they keep it? Why couldn't they upgrade that as well? Like, they upgraded sprites in the game to up the
resolution.
Some of the sprites, yeah, some of the resolution they have in Mario 64, they actually did upgrade. So why not just do the whole 16:9 with that as well? It's like they could have done so much with that. And they did the same thing on the Wii with the 25th anniversary. They just brought out All Stars again, and not just All Stars. They didn't bring out the Mario World pack with the All Stars. They just brought out the game. It's like a freaking 1 megabyte ROM.
It's all right. Hey, Toppy, it's okay. Pretty soon you won't be able to buy it anyway, because they're going to take it off the shelves at the end of the month, so you won't have anything to complain about.
They could have done like a whole history thing about they could have done so much.
It was such a phoned-in effort. It was pretty piss weak.
It pisses me off, man. Like it just grinds my gears to no end. This is Mario. This is their flagship mascot. It's their flagship mascot. They couldn't do something really big and special for it, or maybe waiting for the 55th anniversary. I don't know.
Wait for the 45th. How many of these anniversaries am I going to go through? By the way, quick shout out to Emerald Rangers, which I'm just doing again. I accidentally pressed the button during. Yeah, that was the plug that I cut off there with Cameron. Emerald Rangers, follow him. He does a lot of good retro streams as well. To happy gamers, were you happy with Mario's 35th, or you don't give a rat's? I'm not seeing much Mario stuff back there actually.
Oh, the room's still being constructed,
Yeah.
so trust me, we have heaps of promotional items from Mario.
Which is why we've hidden this.
Yeah, so
okay.
Yeah, we're disappointed, but I think the biggest qualm that we have with it is Nintendo's ideology about pushing something hard in one region and then completely forgetting about another. Like in America at Wendy's, they had Mario ice creams. There was a lot of things done at the Nintendo New York store. You could get pins. I hate pins, but at least it's something.
You hate pins.
Amazing anniversary.
You hate pins. Sorry, I'm just caught up on that statement. Why do you hate pins?
I can't deal with them. I don't like metal. I don't know why. I just like pins and stuff. And I have quite a few. But I'm not a pin collector.
I used to be.
Wait, I like to wear less clothes, not more. They feel like I'm wearing chainmail.
If you saw the Sega Hotline video from way back when I was much younger, my jacket is absolutely swamped in pins. That's why I'm like, why do you have a thing against pins?
Well, they are sharp. I mean, come on.
You got no idea how many fell off and are lost. But
I don't think I own one pin. What do you want pins for? I agree, actually. What do you need pins for? They're just things that collect dust.
Not if you wear them.
On your clothing, I'll still collect dust. Don't worry.
No one's mentioned the Game & Watch. That was a nice surprise that they didn't have to do. Yes, I see it in the back there.
I caved in and I got one.
Nice.
I bought one many years ago. It was It was same name.
Mine's too far away to show off, but I got one.
A Nintendo one as well.
I've got two of these.
That was with the ball game.
I got that in Japan, and it was immaculate. It was like, oh my god, I'd be stupid not to buy this.
Speaking of the Game & Watch though, wait, sorry about that, but you know that Game & Watch thing, they brought Mario onto that. Why couldn't they have all the ROMs of the freaking Game & Watches that will come out before? Like, how big are the games? Couldn't they just put all the Game & Watches on that one device that they brought out? Wouldn't that make sense for an anniversary?
But I know Nintendo.
Yeah.
Sell you things individually to make more money.
But like, I don't know. Like, I thought it was a good opportunity for. I know it's a Mario anniversary, which is why I put Mario onto the Game & Watch. But if we're going to bring that onto the Game & Watch, bring out all the Game & Watch games onto that little device. That would have been pretty cool.
They could have done more. They could have done.
I think
more.
they dropped the ball, man. Like they dropped the ball with this anniversary. I have to echo some sentiments here. Like the Wii version of the All Stars, I thought was great. I've still got it in box. And I picked up the 35th anniversary one too, and I thought that was great too. But I do agree with the Mario 64 problems, where it was like a half effort. They upgraded some textures, but didn't bring it to like a widescreen format. But whatever, you've got the argument of like, oh well, it retains its original format. You can take it that way if you like. Which cool.
You do that very well, by the way.
The other part that I didn't like was they put the SNES versions and gated it behind Nintendo Online. I would buy that. Like if they brought out the SNES All Stars as well as a physical format, I would buy that. But now I've got to pay for their stupid like half-ass Nintendo Online service so I can play them. Nintendo are just so backwards. I don't understand what they do half the time. But everybody's saying that they're going to release each of these games individually.
Yeah, they re-released Fire Emblem, and they only kept that up on the channel, on the store for about a few months, and then they removed it. Why bother going to the effort of translating the game if you're only going to have it on there for about 5 months? It doesn't make any sense at all.
They used to do that in the Wii Virtual Shop. They used to have. So, did you? I'm not sure how familiar you are with the Wii Virtual Shop, but for a month I would have like games that weren't released in Australia. They'd bring over the American versions for a month or whatever it was, and take them off the Wii Virtual Shop. I think not Earthbound. What game was it? It was the Nintendo 64 Sin and Punishment game they brought over. You could buy it for your Wii shop for a certain amount of time, and then take it off again. It's like, why not just leave it? I don't understand this.
And you wonder why people want to pirate games. Like, come on.
That encourages piracy more than anything. I'll give you another example. Coming to America 2 came out yesterday. How am I supposed to watch it? I don't have Amazon Prime, so what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't want to pirate the movie. I'd rather just go out and buy the, rent the movie. But how am I supposed to rent it? I don't want to get Amazon Prime just to watch one movie.
Yeah.
What, Picard?
Sorry?
Picard.
Picard. Oh, yeah.
The series.
I download. They brought them out on Blu-ray too, so you can buy them now. So I actually went and brought them out.
Yeah, that's another topic though.
Wait, what? I want to see it now though. Oh, just wait. What for how long?
Okay. To answer Cameron's question, were you happy with Mario's anniversary offerings?
Somewhat.
We also forgot to mention the remote control car thingy, which Sega did back in '89. You know, and Nintendo are like, yeah, we're going to steal that.
Pretty cool though. The Mario Kart Live.
Yes.
That's awesome. My son's got one. It's really good, actually. I like that. That's pretty cool.
It's good, but it also is a little disappointing with how short the range is on those cars.
For the price you're paying for it, I mean, it's like $100 something dollars. Like, it's not like
they could have made the range double what it is, and that would have been.
It fits in the room though. Like, I think they're trying to get the range so you're not like making these massive tracks. I think they want you to do like in a bedroom. Like we do it in our back room, and it fits. He gets around the whole room fine. I don't know how much bigger you want to go with it, but I do see
when it gets to a certain part of the house, the picture breaks up.
Well, you're going through your whole house.
Well, a certain part of the room. Oh my god!
Making apologies on behalf of Nintendo.
Yeah.
Who is?
You.
I'm not apologizing. What I'm saying. Did you just hear my rant before about the whole Mario All-Stars things? No, I'm not no Nintendo apologist. In fact, I point their disappointments out more than anybody. I'm just saying, when my kid plays it, he plays it in the one room anyway. He doesn't really go through the whole house. Luckily, because I don't really want to tripping over all this stuff through the whole house. So I'm actually kind of glad it's just in one room anyway. I reckon that's probably why they did that.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you could just ramp up that signal to say 1 kilometer? Go nuts.
Yeah, that's gonna work. Like no one's gonna steal that. Oh yeah, what's this thing? I'll just pick it up and like take it home.
The only thing I'm disappointed with the cars is one the signal could have been boosted a little bit better. The only other thing is, why didn't they do a Princess Peach car and a Yoshi? That they only did the Mario and Luigi. The poor girls have got to pick one of the dudes. Maybe they wanted to go with Princess Peach or Daisy.
Maybe I'll bring out some more special editions.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will. Nah. I think that's just a one thing that they've done, and they're just going to march on past it, which kind of sucks because they
probably like amiibos. Like I guarantee you, if that was a hot seller, you would have more characters they would release.
What's that? The Mario Kart?
The Mario Kart Live thing.
Yeah.
Like if that actually sold enough, they would have been like, all right, just keep pumping them out.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know, it was cool. There was some dude on YouTube that actually managed to tie in the Lego Mario and the Mario Kart, and he put the Mario Lego figurine on the back, very similar to GameCube Double Dash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and he put QR codes on the. What was that? Sorry, I just got a donation for $1 and I just had the voice come in. I'm sorry. It was Mario 35th anniversary that's just donated $1 and he said I'm sorry. That was weird. That was weird because I've only just turned on the voice to chat thing, and that was creepy. But yeah, he put the Mario Lego on the back of the Mario Kart, and he got QR codes on the track that makes the Mario dude react to that. It was just so clever. Try and look it up. I'll try and see if I can find that and put a link somewhere. But that was a really clever use of the technology that maybe Nintendo could have done, but you know, effort.
Yeah, Nintendo Labo.
Guys, that was we're reaching the end. That seems like I could go on for another hour, but we won't. Hang on. Oh, we did lose the stream. We're only back on for 5 minutes. I wonder how much of that got lost.
Oh. Probably during my rant. It's kind of soft.
Oof.
I can't do this. This stream can't put up with this. It's too much uploading here.
TopLoader, what do you got coming up next on your channel?
Well, I've just released about 4 videos. My latest ones I only just released is my Sealed Games video and my Sonic R reaction. I played Sonic R for the very first time.
I love that.
I only did that because I bought the game and everyone said to me, "Oh, I've got to do a reaction video to this game." I'm like, "Why do I have to do a reaction video? Is it a bad game? Is it a good game?" So I played the game for the first time live as I opened it up and played it. And that was my latest video. It's a pretty good reaction, and it's a game that I have to have a lot of practice in. It's a game that everybody seems to love or hate. It's definitely divided down the middle. I can see the hate side, I can see the good side, but ultimately I really have to try and practice more with the game to start to like it more. But it's a good reaction video if you like reaction videos.
It's
and like
shit.
I said,
the game's shit. I can't stand
Terrible.
it.
I've tried to look for the positives in the game, but
the music, the soundtrack's good.
I didn't play it long enough. The soundtrack is awesome. I didn't play it long enough to get like a full opinion of the game, but from what I played, which wasn't a whole lot, it wasn't pick up and play. When I like a game, if I can pick it up and play it the first time pretty easily, not something that I have to really freaking hone in. I think pick up and play is not for Sonic R. You can't just pick it up and play it, I don't think. You really got to try and practice with it. And it might be a good game, but just not when I played it.
Emerald Rangers says it's a great game.
Nope.
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 It's the only one. Maybe I'm the only one. Maybe everyone really likes it. It's just me doesn't really like it. I don't know.
I don't like it. I like the soundtrack. I like the premise. Just the execution of it sucked.
I also want to give a shout out to my latest subscriber, which is Uncle Chunt. He's actually currently subscribed to my YouTube channel. I like to a big round of applause for Uncle Chunt for actually finally subscribing to my channel. So thank you very much, buddy. It's only taken you 3 years, but we got here eventually.
Right, that's all. I thought I subscribed ages ago. He never uploads because I don't see it. I'm like, oh, that's why. Doing Twitter only.
Two Happy Gamers, what have you got coming up on your channel? Any works in the project that you're able to divulge?
Yeah, Well, once we finish this renovations, I'm gonna get back to doing like YouTube and all that stuff. We specialize in buying out whole collections. So
just whole collections. That's all.
Yeah, well, I spend thousands of dollars buying out collections and that, and I like to do like pickups and show like hidden gems among those collections, and not just like Nintendo, like Commodore 64, Atari ST, like all that stuff.
Okay.
I've got a lot of videos and like big box PC to show some of the history and some of the cool things that we pick up in our travels. And we'll be back streaming next month as well. So.
By the way, huge thank you for sending me that flashback to the past, the Sega Blow Your Mind shirt. When I was working at Sega, I lived in that thing. Mine was a long sleeve version though. That was the only difference. But yeah, it was the closest thing I got to a uniform. We never got a uniform. We didn't get folders handed out. TopLoader, when I was mentioning this to him yesterday, was like, "Well, Nintendo did." I'm like, yeah, yeah.
Your impersonation of me is far off the mark, I hate to say. Chunty's got a better impersonation of me than you do.
I like mine better.
That's saying something.
But yeah, no, thank you for that. That was like a huge surprise, and it really hit the mark.
Yeah, one more thing as well. Like we also do I pick up a lot of promotional items as well. I have a lot of contacts in the industry, like that little Flux thing that you've got. I've got 2 of those from within Australia. That Flux Sonic key rings, not from Japan, but from here. They're literally just around the corner there, and I have a lot of that little guy. I've got 2 of those, so I get a lot of once-off items from Sega Aussie Soft. So
cool.
I'll be showcasing a lot of that in the channel as well. Yep, that's him. I got 2 of those.
And he's just as faded.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So the backstory with this is that Sega Master Tim, rest in peace. No, he's not dead. I'm just saying he's banned on Twitter. But he dived into the bins to get this back from. Yeah, he actually dived into the big Dumpex bins, the skip bin, whatever you want to call it, and saved it. They basically said no to this. They were going to use it as a promotional item, but they didn't like the look of it. I can kind of see where they're coming from. The material is a little bit creepy.
Me and Chunt can't put one up because we don't have one.
Oh, no. Oh, hang on. I just got to change the angle. Yeah, no, they're cool. There is a Tails one.
I've got a water bottle.
No, there is a Tails one out there, but man, it would be very hard to get. So the Tails one would be extremely hard to get your hands on. But that was something that I found when doing an image search for that. Oh, what's happened? We just got Lord Destiny followed us. Thank you very much for the follow.
Lord Destiny, go on Twitter.
Oh, hang on. Actually, just wait a moment. I think that's our 500 follow.
Whoa!
I think so.
Celebration, mate.
Wait up. I just got to confirm this. Oh, you're breaking up, Chunt. Sorry, Toppy. Hang on.
Every time I talk, it seems to break up.
I wonder why that is. It's not me. Oh no, $4.99. No, $4.99. I'm one short. Okay, it's
$4.99.99.
It's coming. It's coming. Okay, so Uncle Chunt.
My turn. Yeah, so
my turn.
I saw your Instagram the other day, Too Happy, and when you just like, just casually picked up this collection. I'm like, oh, of course you did. You know? In your card, it's full of stuff. I'm like, yeah, no worries. It's casual. Hey, look at this. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I've just got my Chunt cast coming out tomorrow. It's my weekly show that I do. Where I just round up the latest, gaming and comic books and movies news, and I'll pick a few topics I want to talk about that for about 45 to an hour. But yeah,
you don't just bitch and moan for an hour, do you?
No. Actually, I have news article data and quotes, and I make all my graphics, and I actually have facts and stuff to actually make educated opinions on. I don't just turn the camera on and rant like a lot of people do. I want to make it worthwhile for people to watch, so I do enjoy that every week. So you can follow me there and unclechunt.com. It's got all my socials there, and subscribe and follow and all that good stuff.
Do you know who the best ranter was? And I really miss him. Alpha Omega Sin. Okay, you don't necessarily agree with what he said, and you don't necessarily like the way he delivered it, but man, he could rant. He could go for about a full. He basically fell victim to the YouTube ad copulaps. Yeah, he was one of the first to go. The amount of times that he dropped F-bombs on his channel, I'm not surprised. No, guys, thank you very much for joining. I'm going to be... I need to do some more videos on YouTube. I just have been not motivated to do YouTube videos because YouTube, they just don't back you or support you or show any signs that they appreciate what you're doing. Whereas on Twitch, it's the total opposite. You do get full support on the platform. I find Twitch has a lot of issues, but helping new people start on the platform is not one of them. I don't know, that's just been my experience. I will be doing a video review on Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. It's going to be a hard review to do. The last review that I did was as hard as that was Clacks. I had to write 1,000 words on Clacks. And it was just like, what do I write? There's no story. There's no drama here with this game.
Do you like Puyo Puyo Tetris? I like the first one.
I like it, but my issue with it is that the difficulty is really up there, but the storyline is goo goo gaga baby.
It is.
So who's it? So
I like the gameplay of the game, but I still don't like all that crap what you just said.
So my question is, who's this game for? That's what I don't understand. So that's going to be the main bulk of my review on that game.
Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Yes, that's good.
No, I actually prefer Puyo Puyo 2, the original arcade game. The aesthetics to it, the art style. I get why they did Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. It worked, but if you were to give me a choice between one or the other, I will go Puyo Puyo.
I love how they added that into Sonic Mania though, as like a boss. That
was awesome. That was so damn awesome.
That was really clever, eh? I didn't expect it either.
Yeah.
Emerald Rangers says no, Chunt, bring back Kirby's Avalanche.
Ban the shit out of that guy, man. Get rid of him.
All right, I gotta leave it at that. Thank you, guys. That's been episode number 24 of the Since Spacies Show. Get your questions in now. Don't wait for the next episode announcement to come out. Send in your questions. Landscape, record it in a minute or less. Send it to brian@sincespacies.com. And I don't actually have the next guests lined up. So if you're interested in appearing on the show, let me know. Reach out to me. I think I'll leave it at that. My name's been Brian, and I've been gaming since Spacies. Thank you, guys. If I could find my exit button, that was real smooth. Where's my exit? Are you serious? Are you serious? There we go. Okay, bye, guys.
Buttons, do you? I know how to push your buttons. That's what I'm here for. To help you out.
Yeah.
Did I push your buttons?
Since Spacies.